I just wanted to talk about the area where we are because actually the forest is very particular and it really deserves to know about it. So in this area where we are, that's what it's considered as a param forest or dwarf forest. So that means very little. The reason of why it's called like that, and you actually gonna see how it suddenly changed when we approach the crater, that is because the average temperature here it's so low, and actually it's so low that for the normal or average tropical animals it's so cold for them, so they won't make it over here. So it's not a problem about growing plants here. Actually, the ground is very nutritive and the plants can do it very well. The big problem for the plants to get here are who is going to pollinize my flowers. And after my flowers are pollinized, I get fruits. So who is going to spread the seed of my fruits? If there's no animals doing this job, the forests are gonna look pretty much alike. You see, there's no many variety of species. So the main limitant when you are in the top of the tropical mountains is not the resources for the plants, actually pollinizers and seed spreaders. Correct? So one of the most particular plants that we have over here, we see it only in certain elevation. And those are the plants that in actually it's called gunera. Gunera. In Costa Rica, we locally name it the poor man's umbrella. But actually, it is a kind of lost chain in the plant's evolution. Since you're gonna see over here how they don't have spores, they don't have spores like traditionally you will find it in the fern. See? But they are gonna have flowers, but not real fruits. See? It's strange. Believe it or not, this is one of the few species in the world where we consider as a megaflora. ¿Qué manito? Bien, ¿usted papá? Placer verlo. So this is what is considered as a megaflora. So actually, scientists in the Andes mountain nearby Ecuador in Colombia, they have found petrified manure from dinosaurs. And after making several investigations, they got to identify the DNA of that plant in that petrified manure. So imagine when we're talking about megaflora, I'm talking about that was the plant so the dinosaur fed on. So how old they are. See? Then the reason of why there is a big, huge leaf plants like that over here is because since they have not the evolution of the modern plants like real trees, stuff like that, so they're gonna be depending on getting their sources in a different way. So here, one of the most important, let's say, missing stuff for a tropical forest is the rain. We have rain here, but actually there's no many rain as in a regular tropical forest we might have. So how do the water get here? The water gets by condensation. There's no rain because we are so high in the mountains that this area reached the cloud level. So the cloud doesn't have the time or the space to make drops of water and let it fall down to the ground. So the water hits the ground and get condensed right away. So the plant is going to develop this leaf, which by the way, the record in Costa Rica reached 5.5 feet diameter.
Wow.
Okay? So almost 3 feet radius. So far, this leaf is going to be having the functions of getting as much condensation as possible so the plant can get the water. But in this forest, we have a different situation, and it is that the condensation or the clouds comes with something else, which is the gases and the materials that are erupted from this volcano. So you will see, you might say that this thing has been bitten by a bug or some caterpillar ate the leaves or something. But no, actually look how it starts. The leaf is burned. So since we are nearby a very active volcano, what we have is a lot of gases. So the gases mix up with the clouds and they don't make acid rain, but the plants produce its own condensation. It's gonna get acid condensation. So the plant heals itself. So the plant heals itself. See? So it literally gets burned. So is it dangerous to get there? No, at least you spend breathing the same air for months without stopping. But if we just get there for about an hour, it's safe. But consider, remember, the 2% of the air we're breathing has 4 elements. Sulfuric acid, sulfurous acid, chlorhydric acid, and carbon dioxide. Those 4 components are in the 2% of the air that we're going to breathe by the volcano. Correct? So when we get to the crater, I'm going to ask you just to make a little group so I can explain you what I will look at. Correct? Any question? ¿Cómo está, papá? Un placer verlo.